CBAI.
Hey, this is Cam with CBAI. Thanks for tuning in today. What we're going to be talking about is how to write better lyrics in Suno, more specifically around the concept of rhythm and words and how those things fit together in music and in your lyrics. So, I will be assuming today that you have some basic music theory knowledge related to rhythm within the Western music traditions. If you don't, I would recommend going and searching YouTube or wherever on the internet to learn about that. I'm sure there's hundreds of videos that you could find. They're probably doing it much better than I would. So this is not really a music theory lesson, so to speak. So if those words I'm using as we go through the video, you're not familiar with them, go and search. You may benefit from learning some basics of rhythm and music theory. And then, or another thing you could do is if you're not and you have the resources, you could take some music lessons, and that's going to actually make you better, not only at playing a quote unquote real instrument, or singing, but also in making the AI music too. So, that being said, we will do a quick discussion around the rhythm and the words in music. As I just mentioned, I'm going to show you some examples, and then we'll jump into an example or demo track that I made, which is pretty cool. So, what we're talking about essentially is that a word, each language throughout the world, all the languages, the words have certain cadence and rhythm to them. And so you can think of about the rhythm of the words when you are using lyrics or when you're writing lyrics. And this is also helpful when you are writing the words to a melody that you already have. So if you already have the musical notes, or you even in Suno, perhaps you like an instrumental that you created and you want to try to write a cover of that and then like add lyrics in. If you know the rhythm, you can think about the lyrics in such a way to pick words that fit the rhythm of the music. So what I mean by an accent is, let's use the word melody. Okay, so in English, the word melody has three syllables, melody, and the accent is on the first syllable, so it'd be like melody, right? And it also, if you're familiar with music theory, it kind of has a triplet feel, so like melody, 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 melody. Those are beats with three sections to them: melody, melody, melody. So that's one example. But I want to go into is show you in a moment some words that are really fun, you can use to help yourself think through your lyrics as well. And they also can help you in other areas if you're doing stuff outside of music AI. If you're trying to read music, these will help you to sound out. Let's say you're an instrumentalist and you don't have words for your music and you're trying to think about how to play this without hearing it. Let's say like written music, you can use these tricks to help yourself think through what the rhythm should be. um, Before I jump into what those words are, let me give you a quick reminder. When I'm talking about a whole note, I'm talking about this one. And if you are in the UK or in some other places in the world that are also English speaking, you may be using the United Kingdom's verbiage, which is semibrev. So that's the, in parentheses, is the UK, and the US is whole note. I prefer the US because I'm biased, but also because I think it's mathematical and that helps my brain. So a whole note would be the represent in music the entire all the beats of the measure. So again, I'm not going to go and explain what all that is at the moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, go check out YouTube and none of the other videos. We've got a half note here, which is a minim in the UK. Quarter note right here, crotchet. Eighth note or quaver, those will be two eighth notes. Or a 16th note, aka a semiquaver, is right here, and that is also two 16th notes. Uh, so let's jump into what the words are. This is really fun. I got to give a big shout out to my way back in the day, my middle school band teacher, Mr. Ryler, taught us these words. I still remember them to this day. A couple of them a couple of them I actually couldn't remember, so I had to make up my own. And you can make up your own too if you want to use some other kind of word. But we use food words to help us think through these rhythm of the lyrics if you're doing it in English. So to fill up the so my goal was in Suno, we're going to get to this, but I wrote a piece of music. I had to go through a lot of revisions, but I wanted to get it to where I could get it to do these various notes using a word. So we were going to try to fill the whole measure using only food words, and the time signature was 4/4. So we have 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note is the bass beat, if you want to call it that. So for whole notes, as in 4 beats, 4 beats long, I use the word fries. Okay, like like this, fries. Okay, 4 beats. That's a whole note. For half notes, I couldn't think of the word that would best fit a half note, so to fill up a measure, 2 half notes would fit into one full measure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I used flame broiled, so it would be like this: flame broiled, flame broiled. For quarter notes, I use the word food. So we have 4 quarter notes in a 4/4 measure. So it'd be food, 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 food. That'd be 2 measures. If we have eighth notes, we can use hungry. And so it would be like this: hungry, 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 hungry. So you notice I have 2 beats, even though I was my quarter notes 1, 2, 3, 4. You could think of it like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or you could put the word hungry in there: hungry, 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 hungry. Then for 16th notes, those are pretty quick. Those are twice as fast. You could, if you were counting it out without using this word, you could go like this: 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a. That would be 2 measures. All right. Or you could do it with the word huckleberry. So you go like this: huckleberry, 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 huckleberry. All right. Now, there's a couple of other types of beats in there that I wanted to talk about that you can use for food as well. So, if you want to do a single eight, an eighth plus 2/16 notes, I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. You could use the word raspberry. So it'd be like this: raspberry, 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 raspberry. Dut 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 dut. If you want to flip flop that and make it go dut 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 dut, you can use the word lemonade. Lemonade, 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 lemonade. If you want to use a dotted eighth and 16th note, I couldn't get this to work quite right in Suno, but for a reference, for example, you could try the word pizza. So that would be pizza, 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 pizza. Lastly, if you wanted to flip flop that and make it go da 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 da, you could use the word coffee. So you go coffee, 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 coffee. All right. Let me show you kind of what I was talking about, but with the written out music here. So I did download MuseScore. Where is that? Here we go. Okay. So these are my 4 quarter notes. Remember, we're in 4/4 time. Let's just play through this really quick. Again, as I've said, I'm assuming you know some music theory, so don't get too caught up on this, but check this out. Okay, so these are my quarter notes. These are my eighth notes right here. These are my 16th notes. This is a 1/8 and 2/16 repeated. This is 2/16 and an eighth. This is my 16th and dotted eighth note. This is my dotted eighth note and 16th. This is my half note, and this is my whole note. So if we use words for this, this would be food, 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 hungry, 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 huckleberry, 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 raspberry, 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 lemonade, 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 coffee, 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 pizza, 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 flame broiled fries. Got the picture? Okay, so let's go check it out in Suno. Here we go. So I have that literally. So this is gonna be, this is I really this is kind of fun. So this is my hungry lo-fi guy, and in Suno, check it out over here. Let's make it a little bigger. Actually, why don't we just go to the song? How about that? So we can read it a little easier. Okay, so in verse 1, I used my tag verse 1, and then I used I just tried experimenting quite a bit. If you can see in here, if I'm going to show you and take off the filters, I had to do this quite a few times to get it to come out just right, playing around with the tags. And this is the one that succeeded the best. So I did the brackets verse 1, and then I did left parentheses and then asterisk quarter notes to try to tell Suno that I wanted quarter notes here. And then I did food, 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 food. And then I tried to tell it eighth notes. Hungry, 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 hungry. 16th notes. Huckleberry, 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 huckleberry. Pro tip, putting the dash in there helped a lot. Then to go to the chorus, here I just put whole notes. Fries, 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 fries. Half notes. Flame broiled. And then I did that again. Repeat verse 1. The same thing as you saw earlier. Repeat chorus 1. And then at the end I tried doing the special ones. So I did raspberry, 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 lemonade, 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 pizza, pizza. I was trying to get him to go pizza, 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 pizza. This is the one that didn't quite work because he did it the same as coffee. So he went pizza, 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 and then he goes coffee, coffee, coffee. So let's check it out and give it a listen. Okay, I'm gonna call it pause it there. So that was my song. Actually, I spoke misspoke there. Pizza and coffee. He just made them eighth notes instead of my what I wanted. I wanted him to go pizza, 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 pizza. Oh wait, I want. Excuse me. I wanted to go pizza, 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 coffee, 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 coffee. Kind of just turns them into eighth notes. But still, most of this worked really well. Took a few tries. The genre I'm using is chill wave. I would call that lo-fi. Down made it down tempo, and then I tried to I put the words leave out syncopation. A syncopation, talk of that another episode, but I didn't. I was trying to get this to be straightforward. So yeah, that's what you can do. I hope this makes sense. It's a bit of a. It's hard to explain. It's a bit of an ambiguous topic, or a feels a bit ethereal to try to link these ideas together. This episode was really hard. I felt for a while I was gonna call it music theory for Suno users, but I realized none of you probably want to be watching that. There's much better videos on the internet, I'm sure, to teach you just straight up music theory. But I wanted to think of ways that we can bring in music theory into Suno to help you write it better, write your own songs better. So again, the point of all of this is that when you're writing your lyrics, know that the words have a natural rhythm to them. So if your lyrics, when you write them in Suno, if they sound a little bit awkward, if it sounds like it just doesn't sound natural in the language you're writing in, English, whatever, Chinese, German, if it doesn't sound right in your own language that you're writing in, think about and look at your words and think about the music and the beats and the rhythm of the music and say, does that really line up well? For example, the word I used earlier, the word melody, we said that the accent is on the first syllable. Melody. Da da da, da da da, melody, melody. But if you tried to write the word melody over a piece of music that was going da na na, da na na, it would be like melody, melody. It kind of works, but like it doesn't sound quite as natural. Or if what if the music went da di da, da di da, and you were going melody, melody. That now that I say that, that word does fit okay. But the point is that the rhythm of the word can, if you think it through, it can affect how your rhythm of your music is, and there's some play and interchange between those things. So when you're writing your music, think about the rhythm, and you may even want to, maybe you want to have some backup words. Maybe you want to use these food words if you're writing lyrics in English. If you need some help figuring out what to put into the song, or like I said, maybe you're writing you already have the lyrics and you want to, excuse me, you already have the melody and you want to write the lyrics over it, then you can possibly even borrow some of these words I've given you, fit those in there according to the beat of the song, and then later you could go in and think about what's a word that's, I don't want to use raspberry lemonade as my song, but I could think of what are other words that fit that rhyming scheme or that rhythmic scheme. So that's about it. Just wanted to show you that. I hope you found this helpful. If you did find it helpful, please throw me up a like, and if you love making music with Suno, give me a subscribe. In the comments, leave me a comment if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, tell me why you didn't like it in detail so I could make the videos better. Give me ideas for future videos. I am writing those down, and I'm trying to put those into play too. And then lastly, again, thanks for watching. This is CBAI, and I hope you have a good one, and take care.